What if the moon just exploded? How would Earth be affected by such an event? Would we even notice it? Could we survive such a cataclysm? The moon is Earth's natural satellite and has been with us for about 4.5 billion years. Its gravity helps to stabilize our planet's tilt, and its presence causes tides in our oceans. So what would happen if it disappeared? Let's find out. In this video, we will show you the most interesting facts about the moon and its possible explosion. The moon doesn't shine on its own. It reflects the light of the sun. Also, the moon rotates around the Earth at a speed of about 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile per second. If the moon suddenly stopped doing that, the consequences would be catastrophic. In fact, it would only take 3 days for it to fall into the Earth, but let's imagine that the moon would explode. First of all, we would feel an explosion greater than anything we've ever seen or heard. The blast wave from the explosion would cover the entire globe, and although the moon is 384,400 kilometers or 855 miles away from Earth, this distance is really relative. When you compare it to the size of the explosion, the shock wave would travel faster than the speed of sound, and although the moon would no longer exist, we would still see its reflection in the sky for a few days. The explosion would cause severe earthquakes all over the planet. However, they wouldn't be as powerful as the one that destroyed the ancient city of Hiroshima in 1945. The moon's explosion would not affect Earth's orbit since its mass would remain almost the same. The explosion could only slightly change the planet's tilt, and while the moon's gravity is quite weak, its absence would have serious consequences. Within a few days, the ocean's tides would disappear. If the moon were to explode, the Earth-Moon system would be thrown into chaos. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the tides would no longer occur. This would significantly impact the animals and plants living in the ocean who are used to the tides. For example, according to National Geographic, hundreds of millions of birds that feed on plankton and fish eggs that appear during low tide would die. In addition, the rising sea level caused by the moon's gravity would flood many coastal cities. Without the moon, the water would recede, leaving behind dry land. Over time, new tides would occur due to the Earth's rotation. They would be much weaker than before, but they would still exist. Moreover, without the moon, Earth's climate would change dramatically. Over billions of years, the moon's gravity has helped stabilize Earth's axial tilt at 23.5 degrees. Without the moon, the tilt would change dramatically, leading to extreme climate change. Moreover, the Earth's orbit would change and it would move closer to the sun. As a result, our planet would become even hotter. If humanity manages to survive after all this, we will no longer have a night as we know it. The moon reflects the sun's light and makes our nights less dark. Without the moon, the nights would become pitch black. Even modern lighting wouldn't help us because there would be no artificial light sources during the night. We would need to use flashlights to move around. And finally, without the moon, we would no longer have such a beautiful view from Earth. The moon makes our planet more beautiful. Observing the moon is a favorite pastime for astronomers and ordinary people alike. By the way, if you want to see what the moon will look like in 100 million years, check out our previous video. After watching it, you can also find out what the first inhabitants of the moon will be. It's hard to imagine how we could exist without the moon, but it's even harder to imagine what our world would be like if the moon exploded. Write in the comments below what you think would be the most interesting consequence of the moon's explosion. Also check out our video showing detailed images of the moon's surface taken by NASA's Lunar reconnaissance orbiters. See you later.